Today, on another episode of Reels Talk, we'll be talking about the 5 animated shorts nominated for the 2019 Oscars, so stay tuned. Okay, Omar.
Okay,
so,
Amanda.
The 2019 Oscars were announced recently.
Yeah, I saw.
And I know one
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever. 7
and Avengers
nominations.
Infinity War. It's
and
cool.
Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse. It was wonderful. And we'll be doing a episode about our Oscar predictions later on. So stay tuned for that.
We will.
Yeah. So
okay.
Good luck with that.
Cool.
But anyway, but what we want to talk about today is something that Omar really loves, which is the animated shorts category.
I do.
Yes. So why is that, Omar? Why is that your favorite category?
I don't know. It's a weird tradition I've had for over a decade. Usually, thank goodness for YouTube, they have a compilation a lot of the times of the best of 2016 animated shorts, and there's a lot of good things in there. So that's a tradition now that I have with my kids and my wife. We watch them all every year before the Oscars come out, and then we pick our favorite one. So that's what I wanted to start doing with you, and you. So
that guy in the corner. That's filthy.
I don't know if you know that he's back there. But yeah, so I know that you're a big fan of the Oscars because
I am.
You have the Oscar parties here at your house that we're forced to come to.
They are not forced. They get awards. It's beautiful.
It is it is. She throws a nice party. But that's not what this is about.
This isn't about that.
This is about those shorts. So let's talk about it. We just recently watched them, and about a month or so ago before they got announced. So we watched a bunch of shorts.
They were all on YouTube, and then most of them were taken off. Two of them you could still watch.
There's a couple still on YouTube.
Yeah, and one of them, if you are a Disney Pixar fan, you can watch that if you have Incredibles too.
Yeah. So which one do you want to talk about first?
The first one we want to talk about is the one that I find would be the strangest one in this category: animal behavior.
Animal behavior.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about this one.
5 animals. So that's the key point. It is actual 5 animals. There's a canine psychiatrist, and he has a group of...
I think he's a bulldog, because I remember that on a poster.
There's a leech, a praying mantis, a cat, a pig, and then a gorilla. Mm-hmm. And these 5 animals are all dealing with different issues, psychiatric issues. And basically what's great about it is you see all these different personalities, and it is kind of adult in a way, I guess, right?
Oh, yeah.
Some of the humor, and everything comes to a head with the gorilla, who has some anger issues. Yeah. So that's the animal behavior short, which is a really funny short. It's a little bit different. The rest of the ones that we're going to talk about are a lot.
I think this is probably the longest one we saw. Though.
It is.
It was like 15
minutes. Yeah. And it was definitely had a lot more comedy than the other ones did.
Mainly because the animals are speaking too. So
yes,
that has a lot to do with the comedy. Yeah. Reminded me of like Dr. Katz. I don't know. It was okay. I some of that dry humor, maybe not for me, but
and it's from Canada. Mm-hmm. Allison Snowden and David Fine were the directors, producers on it.
Okay.
And it's the first short film they've done since 1993. They did Bob's Birthday, and they actually used TV Paint software to do the animation for this one.
Wow, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
but
it's really interesting.
I'm a fan of 2D animation, so
yes, it's always nice. We're so used to seeing the CGI animation these days, so it's nice to see.
I guess I like the story was cute, but it goes down to like how we all break down to our basic animal instincts
and elements.
Which is what happens, right?
Yeah,
so it makes sense. It was cute. Probably not my favorite, but
one of those.
Yeah,
it was enjoyable to
Interesting
watch.
that it's up for an Oscar, and then the sailboat one got like got the snub from the Oscars. So it's always interesting to see which ones get nominated, right? Like so. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Sometimes people get angry, but yeah,
they always
this
do.
one's interesting that it got nominated, but
yeah. So the next thing we want to talk about is the one that you can see on Incredibles 2's, and that is Bao. Domi Shi is the director, the one who created this one, and she is actually the first female director of any Pixar.
Really?
Yeah, she was, and
cool.
This is also their 25th animated short since Pixar started doing them back in the 80s.
Yeah,
so it's a big deal.
The Pixar lamp was the first one, right?
Yep.
The little lamp, and then they went on to do other things, and every one of their movies has a short, and now the Blu-rays and DVDs have an extra short.
Yeah.
I love the Pixar shorts. This is one of my favorite things to look forward to when I go see Pixar movies. This one did not disappoint. This one was sweet and cute, and man... How did you feel? I'm sorry, what's the story about it, man?
Okay, so it's basically a Chinese American woman who is suffering from empty nest syndrome. Uh-huh. And Domi Shi uses kind of a weird dark fairy tale twist to it where her handmade dumpling comes to life in the form of a baby. And you see this little dumpling grow up. And it's just cute because they play a lot to the dumpling effect, the flattening of the dumpling. She has to shove the filling into his mouth to fit his little head up.
Yeah.
But you get to see a lot of cute things like that and analogies to what it's like for a parent, which we both are, watching their child grow up and then confrontations and they leaving you and dealing with all of that.
It's interesting because I didn't think it was... When it started, I'm like, oh, this got weird. When the dumpling comes alive, it comes alive and she takes care of the baby dumpling. I'm like, oh, this is really weird for Pixar shorts. This is cool. But then, yeah, towards the end, you find out. We're not going to spoil anything, by the way. You do find out why she had this little dumpling kind of recreate the life of a child that she had. So
exactly.
It's really cute. I really like this one, too. And animate it really pretty in that CG Pixar style.
Yes, yeah. And it's funny because the first time I remember seeing this was when I saw Incredibles 2 in our local theater here in Kentucky, and that came on, and I remember afterwards I could hear all the people around us. They didn't understand. I was like, how do you people not understand the beauty behind this animated short? Like, that was really weird. What was going on? I was like, you people.
You people.
Do not understand. Maybe it was a cultural difference, but I thought it was gorgeous and beautiful.
No, I thought it was a pretty movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I did tear up a
You
little
have
bit.
a heart.
I do have a heart. I cried more one of the other ones we're going to talk about in a little bit,
me
though.
too, but I didn't want you to see me.
So the next one we want to talk about is Late Afternoon by Louise Bagnall. And this is also hand-drawn animation, and she actually did some animation for Song of the Sea.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The Breadwinner, which was recently nominated as well last year, I think, for an Oscar.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But this one is exploring, like, the eternal landscape of a woman who is suffering from, like, short-term memory loss or, like, Alzheimer's or something
Dementia,
like that.
things like that. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I thought it was really pretty in the way that they were able to animate what it feels like to start losing your memories and start remembering. Like, for anybody that has ever experienced anything like that, like having a family member that has gone through that, it is pure hell.
Yes.
And I think it's done really well. Like, even in the way that the animation is done, like her head, Emily's the main lady's name.
Yeah, Emily.
Like, she has dreams about her past self, and like her head, like in the way that it's animated, is not connected to her body, as in to say that's her head is separate from her body. It's pretty cool little things
and
like that.
And there's some other imagery you liked, like the beach, right?
Oh, yeah, where she wrote her name as a kid, and then the waves came and took her name away. It's a good analogy of what's going on in her life. It reminded me of a book I just read recently, a comic book. It's called Wrinkles. Very similar, about an old man that's losing a lot of his memories. He lives in a nursing home, and it's very similar to what this is. So, and this one also received like more than 15 awards in other places, like the IFTA, because it's from Ireland. This is an Irish animated short. So it actually has received quite a few awards. Well, good for them. That's awesome. So even if they don't get the Oscar, they already got 15 awards. So that's great. So this one's from Ireland. The first one we talked about, was that from Canada? The Canadian... the animal behavior? Yes, it was. And the whole cast is Vancouver. Oh, okay. Because that one's the only one that has speaking parts, too, for the most part. Well, this one does, too, a little bit, too. But yes, but not Emily. As much as this one. Right. Or not as much as animal behavior. That one, they speak the entire time. So let's talk about the next one. Yeah, the next one. I think this one might actually be... I know it's my favorite, and it might also be your favorite as well. I'm not sure. But it's One Small Step with Andrew Chesworth and Bobby Pontius from Tycho Studios. It's about a girl named Luna. She is a Chinese-American living in San Francisco who dreams of becoming an astronaut. And her father owns his own shoe repair shop in his garage. And you see throughout this short film... He encourages her to be an astronaut. This one broke my heart. Yes, he's so encouraging. Like, usually we're so used to seeing these stories of the parents, like, if you watch Coco, just do the family business. Don't, But here he encourages her. He makes her little, like, moon boots and shoes, and he pushes her to fulfill her dreams. And you see her struggling to pursue her dream of being an astronaut. As she gets older. And he is also getting older. And he's also getting older. And the routines are starting to fade away. And change. In the cinematography, the way that it's done. Yeah. It's done so beautiful. This is my favorite. You're right. It's a gorgeous. We watched it together, and I was hiding the fact that I was. Me too. I teared up at the end. I have 2 daughters. I don't want this. I don't need to see this. Yes, and it's a beautiful. This one you can actually watch on YouTube right now. So if you do want to watch any of them at all, have an inkling, get online, watch this one on YouTube right now. This is beautiful. Yeah, it won 2 grand jury awards and 69 official selections.
it's one of those that's popular right now with the critics. So definitely something to watch.
And popular with us here at Near Mint Condition.
Yes, because we love it.
Totally.
Yes.
Not to say that the next one isn't bad, though.
Yes,
the next one is
next
Weekends.
The Weekends, yes, by Trevor Jimenez. And this one is, as a child of divorce, I think it's a very poignant and surrealistic take on divorce and what happens. So pretty much it's based off of the director's life.
Mm-hmm. So it is important to note that it takes place in the 80s in Toronto,
yes,
right?
Exactly, Toronto, yeah. And so he was writing his own story of when his parents divorced, going back and forth between his father's house and his mother's house, and seeing these two entities and how they live and who he connected with at a certain time. And it was really beautiful. It's definitely hand-drawn animation that's very different.
I like this one,
yes.
too. I like the way that it's drawn. I like the way... you also see a little bit of growth in the characters, but
yes,
how
you do.
His dad is so cool to him at first, because he's, he goes on to his dad's, not
yes.
to spoil much, but it's where he goes on the weekends. He goes to his dad because during the week he's with his mom.
Yeah.
And at his dad's, you see him playing with swords, you see him playing Nintendo and 3D glasses, and just having a blast with his dad like they're college roommates.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at home, he's dealing with his mom and her issues of being alone and things like that. And then eventually, how he deals with who their significant others turn out to be later on in life, too. So I thought this was really pretty. I like this one a lot.
It was, yeah. And he currently works at Pixar. He's in the story department at Pixar. And the producer...
is he a storyboard artist, then?
Yes. Production designers also works at Pixar as well.
Good for them. It makes it easier when you already have this giant studio to work a little bit extra. To get it. Now they got an Oscar nomination. They might be doing the next Pixar movie.
Exactly.
So that's cool. Maybe they can team up with what's it called? Bao. Yeah.
Well, she actually is. She actually has been tapped to direct a full length.
Good for them.
Do some. Yeah. So she's working on that right now. So.
I love when artists like this get found because of these little projects that they do on the side. Like, what was it, Paperman?
Yes.
That was wonderful. But anyway, so your favorite?
My favorite is One Small Step. I think it was
One Small Step. It
beautiful.
made me tear up. It was pretty, and the message was absolutely
it reminds
pulling
me,
at my heartstrings.
Yes, it just reminds me of my husband and my daughter as she's going to grow up and how that relationship will be. So it's beautiful. It reminds me of me and my dad. So
hopefully you guys get a chance to watch some of these before the actual Oscars, and hopefully our favorite will win or whatever. But that's it. Yeah, these are a lot of fun. So I hope that at least you give them a shot. They're really short. So that's what makes them fun.
Great.
Right? I'm not telling you to watch a 3-hour movie. I'm just practically saying, hey, this is like a 7-minute short. It's worth checking out if you haven't. Yes. But it's one of my traditions that I hope to everybody
pass along to everyone else.
Thank you, Amanda.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say.
There you go. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and click that bell so you get notifications for every time we have some new content. Follow us on all of our social media channels at NearMintCon. And don't forget, guys, if it's classy or cool, it must be Near Mint. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye. I was supposed to be listening.
Were you listening?
No.
You never listen to me. I mean, all right.
Intro.
Yep.
I don't speak.
Right. Today on another episode of
remember
some of the Nope.
I knew you were going to mess up anyway, so I
realized I put reviews in here. Today on another... Oh, you're right. Okay. We'll be discussing the 5... Why?
How? 5.
Today on another... So stay tuned.
Sorry. You did the same thing.
No, I didn't. I did not.
You did.
No,
I swear
I said it. I did not.
No, you did, sweetie.
I want you to rewind that tape. I'm trying to look pissed off right now.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
I have to put it together.
Okay. You ready?
Yes, I am ready.
I was trying to give you that 5 seconds to edit. Okay.
So you ask me and then you count? Okay.
One time. What you want to hear?
No.
Just
maybe.
Like a man.
Oh my God, we are not gonna have that conversation right now.
All right.
Ready?
Yes.
Yep. You did it.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Did I even hit record?
Oh my gosh.